Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome to a brand new camp video. So today we're going to have a rather swift look around a little junky trailer build that I have thrown together. So let's have a look. So yeah, fairly busy little run of about 10 days that we're in the middle of here, so I had to throw a very swift camp together this weekend, and I'm quite happy with the result here. It was an exercise in speed building, I suppose, that came out quite well. So let's have a little look at where we are on the map. So yeah, down here at the bottom of kind of Savage Divide and Ash Heap area, see a few key locations around here. This is a road I've built on a couple of times. This specific spot up by the junction here I haven't actually used yet, and have been meaning to for a while, so nice to get this scrappy little location used. So, yeah, I've used a few pieces that I've used sort of on a number of occasions before. Really happy to get a chance to use that front gate again, the new one that was added to Fallout First last month? This month? Last month, I believe. Quite a cool little addition, that one. So this is a fairly standard build around the sort of mobile home trailer there, and definitely one of my favourite prefabs, that one. Very versatile, works really well, good size, really nicely done, so well worth picking up when it makes an appearance. So the idea here was to go with basically an extrapolation of the rest of this location. So this little junction here has a lot of junk and scrap and stuff around, and I kind of took that and went with the old pile a load of junk together into a camp kind of vibe. So it's definitely a scrappy whatever could be found, built up and used to create the camp, and you know, there's lots of stuff lying around that's been dragged back vibe. So lots of random bits and pieces and junk around the outside. There's a lot of sort of flavour and decoration. Makes it kind of blend in with the rest of this area a bit more, because as we'll see in just a moment, there is a lot of pre-existing junk here. Yeah, quite happy with this. Reasonably secure, simple junk wall around there. Got a couple of bits and pieces there where I've stacked the encampment fence there, and one on top of the other, and added some extra detailing, but it's come together kind of nicely. It's quite a compact little front area, but compact was more or less what I was going for here. This bit of ground is not particularly flat. In fact, I would say it's less flat than it looks, although there are a couple of quite cool spots to build in very close proximity to this. But the upshot of that is the combination of that and a really small camp is that some things had to go on the outside, like this Radstag field dressing station and the symptomatic downer. Thought I'd use one of the new flags as well, seeing as we've got them this month. Yeah, this field dressing station, the legs on it really don't stink into the ground far enough. The whole thing is only just clearing the ground anyway, so it could stand to have slightly longer legs on it so that it'll sit on less flat ground. But it is what it is, so I moved it out back so that it didn't look too much like it's floating. Certain angles kind of give away that one leg somewhere is floating. It's a bit annoying like that, but it did come out okay. Tucked it around the back, and symptomatic was the same problem as well. It needs quite a bit of space, that thing, so I had to go outside as well. But coupled with a load of other junk, it kind of looks like it's just been sat there. So I kind of like the vibe that this has got, as far as looking like it's a junk pile that's been built up over quite a period of time. Yeah, I did a few extra brambles around, as I often like to do, just to kind of... that point where your camp meets the ground sometimes just looks a little bit iffy, even if it's not floating. The seam, as it were, is not quite ideal, so it's nice to mix that up a little bit. Let's head on inside. The Catherine Wheel sign there, that is, I believe, this month's Fallout First item, actually. It's kind of fun. Not quite as cool as that front gate is, but it is kind of fun. So, a very compact little front area right here, little courtyard garden, for want of a better word, inside this fence here. Use the chuck wagon cooking station, which I don't do very often, because getting it to sit right and look right, I occasionally struggle with. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I do like it. It's quite cool, so it's nice to use once in a while, and it fit in the corner there, as I didn't really have space inside for cooking facilities, but I kind of ran out of space altogether inside. Little bramble in the back there, just to kind of fill up an otherwise dead gap there. Those signs on the front there are sort of full height signs from Nuke-World, and they really weirdly decided to sink all the way into the ground there. I don't know why, but they look quite nice along the front of the sort of railing there, so I thought we'd dress it up quite nicely. Shelter tucked in there. Boarded up some of the windows on the trailer. Keep the wasteland denizens out. Not going to be very effective at keeping the breeze out, but we can't have everything. A little crafting area there for armour, primarily. As I said, I ran out of space inside, so decided to put my armour benches outside there. A couple of bits and pieces around there just to break down to use for resources. This door is actually from the Flying Fortress prefab, but the one that goes in this is... I think it came with the makeshift mega mansion prefab. The door that actually snaps on here, but you can swap it out for other ones, and that sort of fit my needs better, so that's the one I went for. And there we go. One pretty detailed little living space in here, I think. Quite pleased with that. Did manage to miss putting anything on the weapon rack there, but there's always something. Yeah, I'm quite happy with how it's come out, the amount of detail I've got in there. There's loads of stuff on the walls and the surfaces. We should have been able to stick a bit more stuff into that sideboard there, but I mean, I could have done it, but with the shelves being uneven heights, it's kind of a pain to decorate those shelves, even more than usual, but it's quite a cool bit of furniture, so I do like using it. Got a few plushies around, always nice, give that little bit of a homey feel. I like that there's lots of little bits in here that come together quite nicely to make the thing look lived in, and it kind of brings out that kind of junky vibe from outside inside as well, whilst still being functional as a home in a camp, so pleased about that. Squeezed the rest of my workbenches down the larger end of this particular prefab. Came out okay. It was quite a tight squeeze to fit those two in at the end there, the weapons bench and the brewing station, but it worked. I had to leave a little bit of space there so we can get access to the weapons bench in order to use it, but I should tuck the taxidermy tinker's bench in here, which it's a bit of a weird thing. This actually does look a tiny little bit out of place, but the shape of it fit a little bit better than the basic one did, I think, so I like that. I managed to drop the Vault Girl little garden gnome thing on the barrel on the end there as well, which I was quite happy about. Yeah, all in all, this build, I mean, I think I used about less than half, in fact, of the build budget on this, so that's always a win, and got everything that I really need in here. I don't have a Collectron, which is mostly down to me forgetting. I was going to put it outside the walls, but yeah, it wouldn't slip my mind, unfortunately, but on the whole, it has come together quite nicely. I've got everything I really, really need. It's small, compact, cozy, and really didn't take that long to put together either, which is quite nice. Kind of combination of a few techniques I've used before as well, speed it along a little bit. So that does help. Cryo turret up there. Got a nice view up and down the road here, so in the event of any trouble, it should be handy to have. Decided to put my punch card machine by the exit as well. And I used the Securitron vending machine there, which I've got on this side of the camp so that it doesn't get any power and doesn't make any noise, because otherwise it makes a lot of noise. I really like that billboard as well. It doesn't appear anywhere else in the game as far as I'm aware, but we're just up from Lewisburg, and it's a nice little feature. It's quite cool. So kind of outside the camp area, but kind of incorporating it into the wider feel of the area, which I'm quite happy with how that looks. So there we go, a very, very swiftly put together little junky trailer build just up from Lewisburg on the edge of the Savage Divide here, and I'm quite happy with how it came out. If you guys did enjoy this one, very much appreciate subs and likes. It very, very much helps out. And while you're down there, you can also check out social media links, merch store, channel memberships, all that good stuff on the bottom down below, and all the links. It really, really helps out. If you want to support the channel in that way, I very, 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 very much appreciate it. And if you get a chance, join us for live streams as well. We've got Fallout 76 and Redfall on the go, with some other bits and pieces coming up as well. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.